Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will create a simple Wineglass model in Blender for beginners. This model is easy to understand and implement, making it very motivating for all my beginner students. If you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get started. During the modeling process, you can follow all the keystroke and comments at the bottom left corner of the screen. You can find your reference by searching for Wineglass blueprint on Google Images. First, select everything in the scene by pressing A, then delete them using the X shortcut. Next, import the reference image you saved on your computer by pressing Shift A and selecting Image, then Reference. Reset the rotation value by pressing Alt R. Then rotate the reference on the X-axis by pressing R X 90. Press numpad 1 to look at the reference from the front view. Move the reference up on the X-axis by pressing G and Z. Next, add a cylinder from the Add menu by pressing Shift A. Change the cylinder's vertices count to 16 and move it up. Switch to wireframe view by pressing Z. Center the reference. In the object mode, apply the scale and rotation by pressing Ctrl A and selecting all transforms. Scale the cylinder by pressing S. Then, scale it only on the Z-axis by pressing S and Z. Enter edit mode by pressing tab button. In wireframe mode, press 1 to select the top vertices by dragging with the mouse. Extrude the selected vertices by pressing E to add a new level of detail. Scale the new vertices to fit the reference. Here is a pro tip. To achieve a smoother scale, place your mouse farther from the scale center before scaling. Continue building the general proportion of the model using extrude and scale commands. Our reference might not always be perfectly centered or symmetrical. We will only focus on one side for this video. We will use the left side. References are there to give you a general idea. You don't have to follow them 100%. Feel free to take creative liberties. However, never avoid using references. It's a common mistake for many beginner designers. They feel using references is like cheating or stealing, but it's really essential. Add new edge loops where you think there are not enough details by pressing Ctrl R. Notice that before every scale, I place my mouse a bit farther from smoother scale. Adding edge loops increases the polygon count of your model, so use them sparingly. To select pre-existing edge loops, use Alt left click. Having evenly spaced edge loops improves the shading of your model. Use GG to slide edge loops along their own axis. To bevel an edge loop and increase the detail level, use Ctrl B. During the bevel command, drag the mouse to set the range and use the mouse wheel to adjust the detail level. Keep your edge flow as clean as possible, especially in curved areas where more loops are needed with even spacing. The current polygon count is high for games, but low for animations, and can be used in architectural visualization and other physics-based applications. During scaling, press Shift-Z to exclude the Z-axis from scaling, allowing you to scale only on the Z and Y axis. Using the Inset command, add a new segment inside the top face by pressing I. The bevel command sometimes can be tricky. As seen in the example, the bevel doesn't work as intended because the object scale isn't applied. In such cases, switch to object mode and apply the necessary transformations. Move the reference away along the y-axis. Using the inset command, add a new segment inside the top face by pressing I. Switch to the front orthographic view by pressing numpad 1 and start modeling the inner part of the glass. Like the outer part, mostly use the extrude and scale commands. While scaling, try to maintain parallelism with the edge loops on the outside. There are many ways to create a 3D model. While there are other useful commands and methods to add thickness, we will keep it simple and beginner-friendly for this video. But we'll cover all other commands in the future tutorials. Once the inner part is complete, switch to object mode and apply Shade Smooth by right-clicking and selecting Shade Smooth. This will make all surfaces appear smooth. To mark sharp edges, select edge loops by pressing Alt and left-click, and add to the selection by pressing Shift Alt left-click, right-click and select Mark Sharp. Our model is now ready. You can delete the reference. Now let's create our material. Click on the Shading tab at the top. I'll keep things simple here as well. In the Material window below, click on New. Set the transmission value to 1 for transparency. This value can be adjusted for glass, water, or other transparent materials. Next, reduce the roughness value. Roughness controls the surface smoothness and mattness. Adjust as needed. Higher values create matte surfaces. Lower values create shiny surfaces. Set the IOR value. You can find real-world IOR values for transparent materials like glass, water, honey, beer, and soda online. An IOR value of 1 represents air, making transparent objects with this value invisible in renders. I set it to 1.24 to avoid too much light refraction. Next, click on the Render button at the top right to switch to render mode. In the Properties panel, go to the Render section. Choose either Cycles or Eevee as the render method. To add an HDRI, go to the World tab, click the yellow button next to Color and select Environment Texture. Click Open and choose an HDRI file from your computer. Add a camera from the Add menu and reset its rotation with Alt-R. Rotate it on the x-axis by pressing R, X, 90. Press numpad 0 to switch to the camera view. Move the camera up along the z-axis by pressing G and Z. If the camera isn't selected, select it in the Outliner panel on the right. In the Properties panel, click on the camera icon to adjust the focal length. In this tutorial, we set it to 90. Move the camera along its own axis by pressing G, Z, Z. In the Output tab, set the resolution as desired. In this example, we'll use a 1:1 ratio at 1024 pixels. Adjust the camera's position and rotation as needed. To split the workspace, drag the cursor from the top right corner of the 3D viewport to the center. In the right window, switch to the camera view by pressing numpad 0. In the left window, switch to right orthographic view to adjust the camera position. To merge the split view, drag from the top right corner of one window to the other window. Press F12 to render the image and wait the process to complete. You can see the render progress at the bottom. If your graphics card supports it, you can select GPU device from the render menu for faster rendering. To check if your graphics card supports this, press F4, select Preferences, go to the System tab, and check the Cycles Render Device drop-down menu. Choose the option that shows your graphic card. This may vary depending on your card. I use CUDA for my card. Close the window and press F12 to render. The rendering will be much faster. To save the rendered image, go to the Image menu at the top and select Save As. Choose the folder path, name your image, and select the file format. Click Save As Image to save and share it on your desired platform. We've come to the end of this tutorial for beginners. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more tutorials. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. We will continue to share regular content every week. Don't forget to turn on the bell not to miss our tutorials. Thanks for watching and see you next time.